Hello, everyone. It's Chef Eric. I hope you guys found this link okay. And I'm here in my kitchen, got my chef jacket on and everything. And today we're going to make yogurt parfaits with homemade granola. I haven't made this recipe in a while, but it is so delicious and just something I'm going to be so happy that I made because it's a perfect thing to make when you're stuck at home because it uses something that we all have, which is oats. I know you guys have oats, kids, parents, you all have tons of this. You bought it in bulk. So what I got here, let's start with a quick ingredient review and then we'll get cooking. And I'm going to show you for the parents and the kids how you get the kids involved with this because they can do a lot. They can chop the fruit that goes into the parfait. They can help sweeten the yogurt. And when we get cooking everything, we're going to do it on the stove top here with the electric hot plate. You can do it on your stove right here. I'm just doing this because it's easier to present in front of y'all. And yeah, let's get started. There are going to be a lot of good tips here. We're also going to talk about meal prep, how that can help you. We're going to talk about yogurt parfait, where it's from, what it is, and why you should be eating this a lot because it's so healthy, it's very nutritious, and it's not too hard to make. So let's start with ingredient review. The star of our show, of course, a yogurt parfait is that wonderfully layered dessert. Boom, boom, boom. The top layer, it can be a custard, but we're doing kind of a healthy breakfast version. So we're going to be having some yogurt. I got some Greek yogurt. I like Greek yogurt because it's denser. It's got a lot more protein. It's strained more than regular yogurt. Super popular these days. I got the fudge, 0% low fat, 0 fat. And on top of that, we're going to put some berries, some fruit, whatever you have on hand works well. I got a little banana, got some orange and some fresh strawberries. And of course, the star of the show is the granola. That gives it that crunchy, crispy, sweet, salty, everything put together flavor. And for that, I have obviously some quick oats as the star of the show. And that's all you need for the base. Everything else is optional. I'm going to throw in some dried cranberries I've got. I'm going to sweeten it with a little bit of maple syrup. You can use honey or sugar, some vanilla extract. I got some almonds here. I'm just going to chop up a little bit. And then to cook it in, a little bit of fat. So we're going to use a combination of oil, olive oil, whatever you have, some butter, and of course, some salt. So for prioritizing this recipe, again, when you're cooking with kids, you want everything streamlined. That's how we do it in our cooking class. That's taught to 2,000 kids a week when schools are running. Not nowadays, but when we're up and running, we have a huge team of chef teachers that do all of this so well. So what I'm going to do is move the camera up so you can see me. Hopefully the microphone, Mr. Blue Yeti over here, is making that a little bit better. And we're going to wash our hands and start cooking. So gather your ingredients, watch the video, cook afterwards. Let me know how it is. Reply in the comment, and we'll get started. Dude. Dude, is that not a beautiful banner or what? This is what we take to our trade shows. Love the color. Okay, let's go wash our hands. The last video was the healthy McDonald's breakfast. And if you don't remember, I taught you a little chef tip just to keep that towel, a hand towel, with you right here. I'm going to just a little bit more. And you know, unfortunately, I don't have my full camera crew, but in the Kids Can Cook Masterclass, a full digital cooking class for kids and parents, you have amazing, beautiful recipes, super professionally shot. And this is actually one of the stars. So one thing I'm going to do is the order. I'm very organized when I'm cooking because I want to be efficient. So families, you want to do the same. What we're going to do, get the oats going on the electric hot plate or stove. And while that's cooking and browning and getting crispy and sweet and delicious, we're going to chop everything. I'm going to show you our tips to chop with kids. So let's move this out of the way for just a little bit. Do a little reorganization. All right, so I got my hot plate in front of me. I'm going to preheat it to about medium-high heat. Just a pan is fine. That'll make everything work well. And got my little wooden spoon. Here's a little, I'm going to show you a couple tricks along the way. I got this from one of our chefs. Shout out to Chef Santiago. Whenever you're cooking and you need to put something down, don't ever put it on something flat. You can just grab a paper towel and see as I'm cooking, I might put this off to the side and leave that here. So I'm gonna let this preheat a little bit. While that's happening, this is more of a parent thing, but I don't have any sliced almonds. In fact, we're all just using what you got. So I have some regular almonds. So I'm just gonna give those a quick chop. Nothing fancy. Just wanna break those up just a little bit. I hope you guys are cooking a lot at home these days. We're all stuck at home. This quarantine will go on for some time for myself and others in LA County, but you know, I'm pretty happy. I'm cooking a lot of good food, talking to my team, talking video chats with the fam. Liz and I are eating super yummy, healthy foods pretty much every night. And now when she gets home, she's gonna get some of this. She always does. All right, did a little rough chop with those guys over there. And I'm looking at my recipe because, dude, I just print my recipes. You guys should always have your recipes on you. They're easy. I can never look at a phone or that. In our classes too, you got to have things ready to go. Quantity-wise, I'm not too worried about exact measurements in this because it's not like a baked dish like the healthy sweet potato muffins. Oh my God, I have to do those. Those are phenomenal. So what I'm going to do is get my measuring cup. Actually, the measuring cup and all this stuff is better for when you're cooking with your kids, families, cooking together. That's what we want. Everyone's at home anyway. So take a little bit of butter and a little bit of oil. And what this does, it's a couple tablespoons of each. This will melt. The butter will give it that rich, nutty flavor, the oil as well. And what's going to happen is you can hear that sizzling, can't you? It's amazing. What I want to see when you're cooking with your kids is that you can add stuff together, you can cook stuff together, get everything melted, and the goal is just kind of, basically you're kind of just crisping up the oats and all the flavors that go with it. Okay. First thing in, start with the oats, stars of the show. I'm going to see, this is a pretty large pan, so I'm going to start with 2 cups and see how that is. I love granola. I will be snacking on this so much because it's just a great snack. I love yogurt parfaits because it's a good breakfast. It's a good little mid-afternoon treat. Kind of hits all those notes. All right, kids, if you're doing this at home, man, you should be measuring. You should be the ones doing all this fun part. So there you go. I got all my oats here. Maybe we'll try to do some type of ham just faced here. I'm going to throw in some almonds. Again, make it how you like. That's the beauty of this dish. It's completely customizable. You do not want to put in the raisins or dried cranberries yet because if you do, they will melt and you won't be happy. But you can put in pretty much everything together. I'm just going to let these flavors get to know each other, become best friends for about 30 seconds. And I can already smell all these flavors just coming together. So mixing that around. So you guys can't see it too much, but some of the oats have all that butter and oil and some of them don't, but it's okay because the maple syrup, that will add that little sweet note to it. And then we're gonna let it cool. So take your maple syrup. My recipe calls for about a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. We're gonna always fidget with it and add more as needed. Drizzle of that vanilla extract as well for flavor. So be careful with the extract. I recommend for parents, put that on a teaspoon and let your kids hold the teaspoon. A little bit of salt to bring out those flavors. I'm gonna turn the heat down a bit because these pan does get hot really quick. And then I stir it. Honestly, that maple syrup just makes me think of pancakes right now. So I see we got some people watching live. I'm glad you figured out the link situation. I set up a live stream, I pressed the button and then it switched on me and now I moved to another channel and then that didn't work. I moved to another channel and then that didn't work. but we're getting better at this. So the goal right now is every Friday at 11. I think that's the time that's feeling right. Are you feeling the Fridays at 11? Last week we did health. I did a live stream, didn't tell anybody about it. We did healthy McDonald's style breakfast sandwiches. Dude, those were so freaking good. They were delicious. A lot of flavor, a little bit of egg, a little bit of turkey bacon, English muffins, toasted, some cheese. And I made like 6 of those. I ate 2 that day. Then Liz and I ate some more the next day. We went on a hike because when you were allowed to go on hikes, now you can't hike anymore. But yeah, it's that was a great one. I'm gonna think a little bit about next week. I'm not quite decided. I might go a little lunch or dinner. I might keep the breakfast going. It really depends on what you guys want. Give me some tips. My email, eric@liftonrichmond.com. I send an email every single day. We have some phenomenal content coming out in the emails that were designed for parents, all about budgeting and meal prep and grocery shopping and food storage from a chef. All right. So here's what's happening. I want to show you this. This is just stirring, man. It's all basic. It takes like 20 minutes. You could do it in the oven too if you put everything on a sheet pan, same process. But I'm just getting the party started here. So look at that. Okay. Smells amazing. So what I'm going to do, I think we're good on this front. Everything, I'm going to add maybe a drizzle more of the syrup just to make sure all the flavors become friends and get to know each other. Again, you could also add honey or brown sugar or regular sugar, but maple syrup is kind of classic. Stirring it all up. And honestly, that's it. That is it as far as the cooking goes. Oats and something to sweeten it with and some type of oil or fat. That's all you need. Those are the basics. Everything else is completely optional. So I'm going to spread this out on my pan. And what we're going to do is kind of leave this off to the side right over here. I'm going to show you how to chop with your kids. The theme here is chopping. Everyone's afraid to hear about the cooking class. They're like, oh my gosh, do kids use like 8-inch chef knives? No, they don't. In our cooking class, they use simple metal butter dinner knives. It's safe. It's accessible. And you know what happens? I had a parent, her kid was an 8-year-old. She had a son. And she said after taking the cooking class that we do at our schools, her son, when she was chopping, would say, hey, Mom, can I help? And like they would set up a little cooking station with their son next to her. When they're chopping bell peppers or onions or zucchini, he would just start taking it and and his name was Logan, start chopping it up like that. That's wonderful. That's exactly what our class is all about, getting kids to cook. Okay, so I'm going to do a little quick. The beauty of this towel is just the quick cleanup. That little thing that kind of makes your cooking station clean. One of the core rules of our classroom. Put these guys off to the side. We're done. Now we're going to do some chopping. So for the chopping, parents, and I'm going to put a timer on because I forget about these things all the time. So I'm going to do about 5 minutes. I can hear it cooking. I just don't want it to over brown. That's the main thing. So I got my timer. Get me ready on this. Culinary tip for you guys at home is I want you guys to have a special cutting board just for kids. You should also have a cool apron like I do just to create this environment of cooking. And to make sure that nothing slips while you're doing it. Let's see, move this over here a little bit. To make sure that you're able to cook effectively, check this out. Take a damp paper towel, put it on the bottom, and your cooking station now doesn't really move. I'm gonna see if I can angle the camera down just a little bit to show you that. All right, so here we are. I got this going here, my station as well. Gonna get this quick right. So what we're going to do right now, and I'm doing this mainly because I'm kind of angling it down right now because I want to show you what your kids are going to do. So all I got to do is take a little metal butter knife. Always have a trash bowl ready. And First things first, strawberries. Take your strawberries. I want you to have the kids take it and just start chopping. Look, it's so easy to do. There we go. Trash, boom. And you can chop it up a little bit into thinner slices like that. Man, I wish I had some kids to come help me do some cooking like this, because I got to do all this myself because I'm at home. Chopping it like this. Watch kids chop like that. So easy, so doable. And just get to work. Make a little fruit salad right here. Same thing with Mr. Banana. Smells amazing. That maple syrup hitting the oats. I don't really eat a lot of oatmeal. Never been a fan, but love granola. All right, bananas are a lot easier to chop well. Just chop it again. Safe, not that sharp. Good for 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds. Older kids, we actually have a special part of the Kids Can Cook Masterclass that talks about knives for different ages and how older kids can use different knives, like paring knives, in different ways. So boom, working on that a little bit. And I got this orange. Yeah, I could peel it, but it's gonna make my life a little easier. And of course, squirt orange juice everywhere. So we'll go into parfaits in just a little bit, but I actually want to do a quick shout out. So shout out to 2 parents, Raul and James, who actually just purchased this week, one of many who got the Kids Can Cook Masterclass. It's a virtual at-home cooking course designed for parents and kids to cook together. We have a special link I'm going to send out in this YouTube video for 50% off. It's usually $199. And you get a lot of good stuff. So what do you get? What is it? I don't understand cooking classes, virtual stuff. It is built for parents and kids to cook together, to keep the cooking alive from our classroom that happen in schools into the home kitchen. If you want your kids to eat more vegetables, if you want your kids to eat more cooked greens or try a more variety of foods, you have to cook it with them. It's hard in one go, having delicious food every single day, or you making everything from scratch and it's exhausting every single meal. You got to meal prep. We talk about grocery hacks. We talk about kitchen safety. Are you cooking safely with your kids? Do you know what you're doing? It's not easy. It took, I've been doing this for 10 years. A lot of practice. We have that. And we have, the videos are super awesome, high quality like this. They have 30 recipe tutorials, 30 of high quality recipes. They range from simple things like how to bake a potato to how to cook a steak to how to saute kale. We have delicious, healthy sweet potato muffins as a snack. We have more breakfasts galore, like the Yogurt Parfait, the healthy McDonald's-style sandwich, and green smoothies, healthy orange chicken, pasta with vegetables, so much more. Boom, there's my timer. Give this a quick stir. And I can see, actually, it's really starting to brown. I'm actually going to crank the heat just a little bit more. Having fun. It's fun cooking. Even though I'm by myself with just my dog, who's not allowed to cook with me because it's kind of messy. So anyway, the Kids Can Cook Masterclass, special deal. So we got 30 lessons, 30 different recipes, all packaged together. Some are like combo packs, like 3 individual recipes to make one meal. You make pan-seared salmon, some garlic bread, Cobb salad. And a lesson with us would cost $25 per lesson for a cooking class. So we got well over almost $500 worth of lessons that your kids would have to pay for to be in our classroom. You also get consulting and coaching from me if you need it. I am here for you. I'm going to have links to my calendar. You can book a call with me, and I'm just here to help parents who invest in the course because they need help. It's not easy. Even watching them, doing the videos, having it, you get help with me. That's worth well over $200 an hour. And you have 15 lessons on cooking, kitchen safety with kids, how to meal prep, how to grocery shop. You have bonuses on overweight kids, picky eaters. That alone is well over $300. I do live video training, or not video training, but live classes teaching 20 plus teachers from other companies how to cook effectively with their kids. They pay me thousands for that. This is maybe $300. $300 in lessons. parents and kids how to cook together, health, nutrition. $500 in cooking classes, these video tutorials, kind of like this, and well over $200 for an hour consultation, hour of my time. That $1,000, we're not trying, it's totally worth it. You have nothing to lose. All right, that's the commercial break. We're back, and we're hitting those notes that I wanted to hit. We're pretty much almost at the finish line. I'm gonna go raise the camera, pitching stuff. Let's finish this recipe. We're well over 20 minutes into it. I got my, look at that beautiful brownness. I wish you could smell this. It's amazing. All right, the cooking is done. Turning this off, putting this away. We're nearing the finish line. Oh my God, it smells, it just, I don't know, it's like a pancake mixed with oats, just a maple syrup. Feels good. Take a little bit of, now you add your raisins, because if you added them in the pan, they would melt. And I love that crispness. And you know what? You know what we're gonna do? Just had this idea. Just hit me right now. Chocolate chips, because life is better with chocolate chips. They'll melt a little bit, but it's okay. I'll show you what's happening. Chocolate chips. There we go. Oh yeah. Putting that all together. They're gonna melt just a little bit, but look at that. Smells amazing. Leaving that out, and this is so easy to make. And if you want to make granola bars, it's like a very similar process. Just have to let everything come together a little bit more. So that looks nice. I really like that. Let's let that cool behind us. You would want to let it cool longer, maybe 15 minutes, but we don't have time for that. We're coming to the finish line. Yogurt. I'm on a health kick these days, so I got like 0% fat. Not as much flavor, but we're gonna fix that. Take some of that yogurt right here and pour it in. Greek yogurt is full of protein. Health-wise, what is protein good for? It's good for your muscles. And it helps your muscles grow, helps you maintain your muscles, and that's the kind of the key ingredient. Let's talk a little bit about parfaits. Parfaits come from the French word meaning perfect. They are a layered dessert found in the late 1800s in French cookbooks. And that layering can be a variety of things. Typically, they would make a custard. A custard is made out of egg yolks, and the egg yolks are often cooked with some type of milk to kind of come together and bind up. And that gives it its wonderful kind of sweetness to it, like almost like a little tart, the way the custard is. But we're doing a healthy breakfast version, and the layers is what makes this thing gorgeous. So what I'm gonna do is add some maple syrup. I'm gonna add a little drop of vanilla as well, because there's not a whole lot of sugar just in it alone. Okay. Whenever you're tasting, guys, and you're serving people, always take a separate spoon. No double dipping. See how you're doing? Tangy. I want a little bit more syrup. That should be good. Okay, guys. So let's talk about some free stuff coming up. We have a blog post on our liftenrichmond.com blog every day. We got Facebook posts on Lift and Richmond every single day, like at least averaging once a day. But the most important thing is our newsletters. The newsletters go directly to our parents. They got special deals and discounts. You can find a link to that at liftandrichmond.com. And that's where all the good stuff is. So I have some upcoming blog posts about meal prep. The 3 things you have to know to meal prep. Exactly what to do. I'll go over those later, but that's just for people who are on the newsletters. That's coming out, I believe, Sunday at 7 a.m. And then we have an advanced meal prep for my chef hacks. I'm going to do one of them right now. It's called the quick clean. You have to do the quick clean. Otherwise, you're just not going to be meal prepping effectively. Before you serve, spend 2 minutes just putting everything away. This makes it fun when you're actually eating. Clear everything. All right, guys. Now, again, in an ideal world, you want to spend a little bit more time just making sure that the granola has that time to cool. That's where a lot of its flavors. It's a little hot right now, but I'm still going to test it and see if we're doing. All we need, this is if you're going to make them ahead of time, and this is for making it right now. So watch this. Yogurt. I wish you could smell this. Okay, it's so crispy. Oh, it's so good, guys. This tastes even better together. The beauty of cooking is when you have separate elements that when put together, take everything to another level. I'm gonna show you the pretty way to make this happen. All right, put your yogurt in. I'm using the tall glass because this makes everything look better. I'm gonna make it fancy too. Put some of that fruit right there, and you want that fruit to be visible on the sides. That's where, I'm just gonna use my towel. That's where the beauty of the dish comes from, the layers. So you can see I got some of that. Take some of our granola. The pan isn't hot, it's kind of warmed up a little bit, but not too much. Take some of our granola, put that right there. It's still sticking to my hand because it's too early. And you got one layer. Now let's do a second layer, just to finish off the top. It's a lot of yogurt in this. It's a big one. This is an adult size portion for sure. You can make them smaller for kids. Look at that. Take those yummy flavors, put them on top. Right. I'm gonna come to you guys. All right. Here's the finish line right here. Put that microphone near us. Look at that. Granola, amazing. And of course, look at that. Cranberries, chocolate, everything. I'm gonna make a mess. I think I might have overfilled it just a little bit. Yep, a little overfilled, but Have a wonderful Friday. Check out the recipe, will be in the description. If you like this recipe, we got 30 fantastic recipes, high quality videos for parents and kids at the Kids Can Cook Masterclass. Parents are joining and seeing their kids cooking at home. So you have to try this yogurt parfait with granola. It's super quick and it'll make delicious, healthy breakfast for you and your family for the rest of your week, and your kids will help you make it. See you guys. Bye.